Hi everyone and welcome to Trades of the Week, and in today's episode we're going to talk about the crypto that has 3 times as much activity as any blockchain and even more than Ethereum, and also the best opportunities in the markets right now. So with that being said, let's dive into it. So if we have a look here at the trading we are doing, we will see here that we have GIS. We have now taken 5%. It did dip down, take us out at 5% profit, which is amazing. And for those of you new, this is our trading strategy, the Buffalo strategy. And just know that we have 2 investment strategies, one for crypto, one for stocks, and this trading strategy for stocks as well. So essentially we look for 3 bounces, we look for a pattern, and as long as it fits our pattern, we then go in. In this scenario, we went in here at the level where the green and red meets, and then at the bottom that's a stop loss, and we traded this all the way up, and now it took us out at a 5% profit. So that's a moo that we always do. We milk the cow when we take profits. We still have the stop loss at 1% on MPVR, and with EA we got stopped out at a 1% loss, so it did go up and take out us at our stop loss. That's a boo, not as fun. So 4% profits in total there. And with AVID, there's no trade. It carried on going up because we always use a stop order when we enter. And with INSEE, then here we have had a no trade as well. It just carried on going down also. And so that's a no trade also. So before we go into the 2 ones we're adding this week, there's a couple of pieces of news that I do need to talk to you guys about. That is this. So currently, the investment sentiment is saying that there's an 85% probability that the Fed will not raise the rates anymore. So essentially, even Tudor Jones, he's one of the world's most famous investors, says, and he predicts that the stock market will end higher this year, which is really exciting because he thinks that the Fed will pivot and they don't gonna raise the rates anymore, because we are seeing, good numbers when it comes to inflation, etc. as well. So that is really, really exciting news. That's really the story for this week. It's not more than that, more than it does seem like before we might go into a recession, no one knows, we might actually see an upward going market. So just by going over here to the chart and looking at, for example, the US 30, that's the Dow Jones, we can see, if we look out, if I go to here, the daily chart, you can see we're trading within this range as we discussed last week as well. And currently it's in the middle of that range. So if we manage to break above here, then we are definitely it looks like going back to the all-time high. And if we break below, we might revisit the lows here. But according to Tudor Jones and even the inflation numbers, it does seem in the shorter term at least the market might going up. But as usual, when we are trading and investing, or especially trading, we do want to make sure we're hedged. So for that reason, we're entering 2 Buffaloes today. We're entering one that is trending up. That's ACOM Inc. or ACOM Incorporated on the New York Stock Exchange, and currently it's looking like a good 3-to-1 reward risk ratio. The second one is SHLS. This is Shoals Technologies Group Incorporated. Currently it's at the resistance level, so we do want to short this on the way down instead, which looks very, very exciting. So let's see how those 2 plays out. So no matter if the market continues to go up or down, we will hopefully make profits, which is what this is all about. So then let's dive into the cryptos, and the crypto that might actually blow your pants off, because that's how interesting and exciting it is. So currently with Bitcoin, we have spoken several times about this area over here where the market now is consolidating and actually reacted from, and we did think we were going to get a pullback. And maybe you can see something really interesting here. You had a move up and an even higher move up. This is Bitcoin we're looking at, and then a move down before rallying higher. Now we've had the initial, the second, and now we're having a bit of a leg down here, maybe down to 25k or so, and then maybe we will range higher. So with Bitcoin and cryptos, we do believe that the market will go up over time, and I have 2 very exciting projects to share with you today. But before that is basically what we're seeing at the moment. We might go down and retest this level here around 25,000, but then move higher. So that is what we're looking at the moment. So, but looking at the market and what's happening, there are some really interesting stuff coming out. Now, number one, there are now over 1 million addresses holding one Bitcoin or more. The question is, of course, are you among them? Because though, it will become less and less, and Bitcoin is scarce, right? It is scarce, which means that there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins ever created. And now with the halving coming up, the price might just go higher as well. So the Florida governor also takes a stand that they want to restrict. We spoke about this, but the new CBDC, centralized backed, the centralized backed stable coins, they want to actually put a law to restrict those, because they think it's not really giving the power to the people, or because everything will be traceable. So they're not too happy with that. So we'll see how that develops in the US as well. And also the big piece of news, Binance freezes Bitcoin withdrawals in an unprecedented move. So what's happening with the Bitcoin ecosystem is currently that there's a lot of NFT transactions, not a lot, but NFT transactions, which is congesting the Binance blockchain and its network. And what that is leading to, which is not great, right? But what that's leading to is that the Bitcoin network becomes very slow, which is then also the reason why Binance needed to halt withdrawals with Bitcoin as well. We'll see how true that is. But it was only for a couple of hours, but enough to really spread panic in the market. But they have opened up the doors again. But just remember, they have control of your coins, not your keys, not your coins. As long as you have your money inside any exchange, doesn't matter if it's Binance, Kraken, or even Coinbase, then if they freeze the withdrawals, you can't take your money out because they actually control your money in there. So make sure that's what we're doing, moving the most of our money to a ledger. Super important. But we do think Binance will do well over time, but we are about to find out, which is very exciting. So the coin to actually look a little bit closer at today, the market with cryptos, as you can see, has only gone up and down with no real direction. We did see a pump or an upward move in XRP. And the reason for that is because they are getting close to settle now with the SEC, it seems, and people are speculating that they will win, and then the market to move up as well, which is interesting. And the two coins I'm going to look at, the first one is Solana. We spoke about Solana quite a few times before, and Solana currently being down roughly 85% from its high is really interesting, especially since if we can look at this picture right here, what you will see is that Ethereum has 329,000 transactions, while Solana has over 945, the second from the bottom there. So what's really cool and interesting with this is that Solana is the most used blockchain, it seems, according to this picture over here from Invest Answers. So really a big shout out to Invest Answers. He's doing a great job. He's also a YouTube channel here. But this is really, really interesting, right? So if you do believe, in the world of usage, the more usage, the better, then Solana is a great one to have a look at. That's the blockchain with more transactions than even Ethereum has, which is really, really cool. And there's a couple of projects at the moment that are quite interesting as well. So we are avoiding one particular project, which is Kusama. So Kusama is a project that is down, as with many others, quite a lot. But the reason we are looking at maybe avoiding this at the moment is because they are having some challenges with the ecosystem and everything they have. So we're looking to avoid that at the moment. So we will see, because during the bear market, they have not really improved what they've been doing. So we do want to take just a little step back from this at the moment, and if you're holding it, then we would keep holding it, but we would not add more. The last one is Filecoin. We do want to speak about Filecoin yet again. Down 53% from its high, and this is one coin still that we don't recommend, but that we do think is amazing, because they are offering decentralized file storage, which is such a big part of file storing will be needed when this really grows, when this ecosystem really grows, which is incredible. So Filecoin is one we're looking really close at, and definitely when the price allows, the next drop is minus 75%, we'll definitely add to our position with Filecoin as well. So last but by no means least, let's dive into the stocks as well we have for the week. We're still avoiding the banking sector just because obvious reasons, right? Everything that is happening. And but we want to take a close look at some projects here. Now with Salesforce, we're putting this stop loss at plus 20%. So that's really good news. And with Microsoft, we also have the stop loss at plus 20%. That's good news as well. With Coinbase, we did add another entry. So currently we are getting up to take profit at the moment. We are a little bit in profit here. So let's see how Coinbase develops as the crypto market goes up as well. So great opportunity. And the one I do want to talk about today is Nike. So Nike is looking really promising when we look at the fundamental analysis. So it's we all know Nike, but they are getting into Web3, which is really interesting. So we have the high over here, and we are now waiting for a drop of 20% before we get in, so around $104.33. So we're looking for a pullback in Nike, but I do want to have it on my watch list just to watch it, because they're getting into Web3, and they're really innovative with implementing both AI, but also Web3, which includes the blockchain. So the companies, you can write this down, the companies that are adapting, they will also thrive. That's how it's always been. Good example is Kodak. They thought that digital cameras was a fluke, and they went bankrupt as a result. So with that being said, Nike could be a really good one to watch for the future. So last but by no means least, let's take a look at the results. So as of today, we added 4% of our Buffalo portfolio, so it takes it up to 79.28% since August 2020. And with the VCA, 2,390% on the money invested, with CCA, 1,510% on the money invested, and small cap, 4,220% on the money invested. So with that being said, everyone, I hope you really enjoyed this. A bit shorter today, but I hope you liked that it was shorter and more snappy. Make sure you comment below. What are you investing into at the moment? And if you do enjoy this content, make sure you don't forget to press that like button, subscribe to the video, and press that alarm bell so you get notifications for whenever we are releasing a new video. So from myself and the entire team at Investment Mastery, have an amazing day, lunchtime, evening, depending on when you're watching this. And I cannot wait to see you on the next version of Trades of the Week.